Hi everyone, it's vlog time again for me. I'm doing this while I'm currently convalescing after having the biopsy for Huntington research. So it's actually called Multiple Tissue Molecular Signatures in Huntington's Disease, which is taking bits of my skin, my fatty tissue and my muscle to study. So all to help HD. So very proud of Matt and I for both taking part in that, but I do have to rest afterwards. Got a few stitches in, which I'm having taken out on Monday. So that's the thing we're doing for research. Since my last vlog, we've had a few ups and downs, as you'd expect with HD, and with family life, not just with HD. And I think the worst day we had was actually Christmas Eve. And I had a bit of a disagreement and came at loggerheads. And one of the things with HD is that things can be magnified and made to look worse than what it is, especially with depression. I think once you get into the hole, it's very hard to get out of that big deep hole. And I think Matt got into that Christmas Eve, and it was very hard for me to talk to Matt, reason with Matt, and understand where he was coming from. So Christmas Eve was not a very nice day. We spent it apart, not because I wanted to, or Matt wanted to. Matt felt that that's what I wanted, and it wasn't what I wanted. So I was very upset Christmas Eve, and I turned to writing poems about HD. I just had that much frustration inside me that this was happening. I couldn't believe it was happening Christmas Eve, but I felt I had to write it down. I started writing down poems about HD. So it wasn't I was angry at Matt. It was never the case that I was angry at Matt for the argument or what was going through. I was angry at HD because I knew HD was having an effect of Matt's perspective on things and unable to reason with some of the things I was saying. So it's the first time I sat down and wrote about how I felt and how I saw HD. And when I read them back, when Matt and I were okay the next day, Christmas Day, when I read them back and to both Matt and myself, it made me understand how I look at HD, which I'd never done before. For example, I talked about, I thought I was strong, I thought I could take care of everything, I thought I could look after everything and everything will be fine because I'm strong enough to fight this for both of us. And I was putting in my poems that I was scared and I didn't think I was strong enough, and HD is there laughing and tormenting us, and it was an eye-opener for me, I think, to understand how I actually felt, if that makes sense. So that was the worst time we've had over Christmas. Had a few little ups and downs since then, but nothing serious. And things have become quite positive for Matt over the last week, but I'll let him talk about that on his blog because that's about him. I'm not sure if everyone's aware, but I am quite involved in Help for HD, which is an international organisation that's been put together by some wonderful people, Melissa Biliardi and Jane Cavalno, and we were recently on the radio podcast with them talking about HD, both Matt and I, and how it affects us and how we manage and how we met, all the little things. And as a result of that, Melissa asked me to be an ambassador in the UK for Help for HD, which obviously I gladly accepted, and I'm very, very honoured to be part of the team, and I hope I can do them proud. We had our first meeting via Skype last night with Katie, and we discussed a few things that are in the pipeline that hopefully you'll get to find out about later on. And it's opened my eyes to a few things that I think I need to do in the UK for people with HD and carers. So watch this space. I should be sorting that out in the next few months. So that was a really, really really good thing that's happened to me since Christmas, but HD wise. I'm also doing my studying, which is starting to get quite hectic. So the decorating's on hold because I won't have the time to do my study, my psychology degree, and everything else that I have to do. Wife, mother, house, the lot, carer. So the decorating of the house is on hold, but we are having the downstairs toilet put in a couple of weeks' time, so I'm really excited. We're going to have a downstairs toilet, yay! But doing my psychology degree is helping me to understand, obviously, the brain and how the brain works and theories around that and what can happen when the brain has trauma or genetic diseases such as Huntington's. So I keep joking with Matt that if I look at you strangely when I'm reading, I'm just looking at you, observing you. It's because I've read something that's made me understand a few things about HD. And Matt said he'll start getting worried when I start following him around with a clipboard and documenting everything that he does. So that was quite funny. So yeah, so I'm doing my studying, I'm doing the ambassador thing, and I'm going to be doing some support work. Not just with HD but also with ADHD, because my son has ADHD, and I've been approached to start helping with forming another support group for that. So it's going to be pretty busy this year for me. So like I say, watch this space, and I'll tell you all about it. Okay, take care. See you. Bye.